Good afternoon, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. Brian's my name. If there's any information you want on this particular car, please do give me a call, 086 843 1945. This is the new 2018-2019 onwards Honda CRV Turbo. This is VTEC Turbo, 170 horsepower. Basically, if you are somebody that has a family and you have to buy an SUV that is going to cater for your family needs, but your partner, maybe that's what they want, but you want something that's also a bit of fun, this one is going to be able to compromise nicely. So you can say, yes, we bought the SUV for the family, but yes, we got a VTEC Turbo car as well. So this is a winner, and I mean that from male or female point of view. That is not a sexist comment. There is women or men that think in those fashions. So anyway, let's have a look around. This is an unbelievably nice car. I love this red colour, but there is a nice different range of colours. Black looks really well in it. Silver's quite nice as well. But again, I can go through all that with you. In terms of trade-ins and all that kind of stuff, if you want information on your trade-in or finance details or anything like that, please do give me a shout. Brian is my name. I'd be quite happy to give you an estimate as to roughly what your car is worth and roughly how it would break down on a finance deal overall. No problem. And even if you're down the country, because the way the internet is these days, we deal with people all over the country, so please do not hesitate to give me a shout before you travel if you'd like some information. Anyway, let's get cracking on the car. So the first thing is, as you see down through here, it has LEDs. I'm such a sucker for LEDs. I love these big long indicators. They look really nice on the car. So moving over here, maybe it's not as bad with the sun, all the way down across here, just gives it that nice premium executive look. The parking lights, which are also a daytime, actually, do you know what, I haven't seen the daytime running lights, so I'm going to get in here. I'm going to turn off the lights for a sec. Again, I do apologise about not having a camera that can take kind of cuts, as in, you know, where you can sort of stop between frames, but unfortunately at the moment I only have this one. Right, they're your big long daytime running lights, so they look quite cool because they sort of mimic the grille shape overall. So if you have a look down through here, this is your big daytime running light, and it actually, alright, okay, I see how it works. So the grille starts within the headlight, because when I saw it first I thought it was more like the Coleos or something like that, the way it goes down as the bumper, but actually, yeah, big long daytime running light here, chrome that actually kind of comes from the headlight all the way across the front. It sort of reminds me of the 07, 08, 09, that kind of model. It was a kind of a stubby, more bullnose look, but really nice. And then these are LEDs. I love LEDs. They're really good lights, and they're actually pretty looking, so they make the car look kind of premium executive. That's what I like about them. So the dipped headlights and the full headlights are all LED all the way down through there. Fog lights are halogen, but there is other options on them as well as you move in through different grades. This is what's called lifestyle, so it's the middle spec. Nice chrome down along here. So as you see, chrome here and chrome here, they mimic each other quite nicely, or sorry, complement each other quite nicely. And what I see is, if you can see the way the parking light daytime runner comes down through there, similarly shaped down through there, so I presume that's not a coincidence. The grille at the front contains things like your parking sensors. There's an intercooler in behind there as well, and then after that, that engine. Okay, so let's have a quick look at that engine. That is 1.5 turbo, same, well not same actually, it's similar engine to what's in what you've seen if you're familiar with any of the videos or any of the cars we do already. The 1.5 turbo, although actually you have to say, on top of that engine, that looks quite different. That's an airbox. Okay, that's actually, sorry, that looks very different for some reason. If you are into specific mechanics and stuff, I can tell you what's different and why when you come to look at the car, because I do have to research it myself. So actually no, the way that's composed is different to the Civic, although it is still 1.5, it is still VTEC, it is still turbocharged, 170 horsepower. Happy days. The middle of the range car, which is this one, Lifestyle, diamond cut wheels, which are nice and shiny, but they're actually 18s. And the car is wider, so compared to the old model, it's actually wider than the old model. And one of the guys actually yesterday that works here in the garage had a quick look at the car, and what he felt was the very first thing that struck out to him was, he said it's much chunkier and beefier looking. I know that's a word that some people wonder why I use it, but I think what I mean by chunky is the car's wide and it has some presence. So maybe I should use the word presence instead. But that's kind of what he said. He felt, it felt, compared to the other car, it looked much wider, beefier looking, more presence overall. So very, very nice overall, this car. Promise you come to look at it, you will not be disappointed. So 18-inch wheels, the last ones in the middle spec were 17s. Nice chrome all the way down the side as well. So again, this is the middle spec, remember, and I think this is probably going to be one of the more popular ones, because the middle spec usually is. So remember, chrome, nice complementary looking headlights, LEDs, parking sensors at the front, 1.5 turbocharged engine, 390 a year for road tax. I'll come back to you about fuel efficiency, because this car's only landed with us, okay? Now, right, what I'd imagine is, rough idea, you're going to be in the 7.5 litres per 100 kilometres. So I'm going to say that cautiously, because I haven't actually. I'm going to drive this car now and see exactly how it does. So when you ring, if you do ring, I'll be able to give you a better report on that. But the same engine, similar engine in a 1.5 turbo Civic, is doing very consistently around 5.5, 6 litres. I'm going to put another 2 litres on top of that because of the body size of the car. Right, as we said, chrome is quite nice all the way down through there. And if you see the way the sill is at the bottom, it has a kind of edge along there. So don't know how to describe it. It just looks quite nice because it kind of leads up onto the back. More chrome around the windows overall, so the top sections of chrome complement the bottom door sections very, very well, and more chrome even down onto the back bumper as well. So chrome is nice, like it just is. If you actually have it around the windows, down low, complements the diamond cut wheels on the front of the car, on the rear of the car, all looks very nice. One thing I noticed straight away on these, LEDs again. So LED lights, real nice at night time, bright, precise light, and again giving it that executive look. LED tail lamps, they go all the way around. Someone actually I agree with them, they thought it was Volvo-ish looking, so it probably is, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think Volvo actually makes some very nice looking cars. So but again, at the back of the car, if you remember, the rear ones had taillights that came down that side and that side. Some people used to complain that they found the middle a little bit bland, because there was kind of, if you look along there, if you cover that area there, you just had your taillights, there was kind of not a lot going on there except for the rear number plate. So with this, I think that makes it more symmetrical looking, and what I really like about the back in terms of symmetry is you have two pipes out the back. I mean, what SUVs do you know on the market right now that have two exhausts coming out of the back of the car? And that's what I mean about this car. Some people, if you're die-hard diesel originally, there will be a hybrid version that'll come along, and maybe that's going to be the car that could suit you. I think this petrol car is going to suit someone that's going, do you know what, I have to buy an SUV. There's lots of SUVs around the place, but I actually want something that's still a bit of fun. So this one, it makes nice noises. It's got, we'll say, two pipes coming out of the back. It's a VTEC turbo engine, and it's still an SUV, so you're still doing the sensible thing. But for once you're having fun. I don't know that many SUVs in the market at the moment that actually you could say that's a bit of fun. Like, we sell lots of Tucsons and taking Sportages and Qashqais and all that, and they're all very, very good cars. They all drive very comfortably, but none of them are exciting, you know, and to be dead straight, none of them are exciting. Whereas I think this one might be the car for someone where you're going, do you know what, I actually want a bit of fun, and I still need to have a car that is an SUV, or I like a high driving position, or I just like SUVs in general. So it's got some good trade-offs there. Right, you still, and I was worried about this, you still have a spare wheel, I thought, because every other Honda doesn't as standard. Still have a big spare wheel in through there, storage down through there, speaker in through here. After that, this is new, I have no idea what that does, so I'm assuming that that's for storage of some sort. The seats still fold down like before, and nice feel on that, just kind of premium quality sort of feel. That's the whole thing with this car. Now the last one was good, but I think the quality of the interior, you'll see in a sec, is really good. 12 volt outlet in through there, light up through there, cover in through here. I'm such a weakling, I can't actually close it properly, so just for privacy. Tinted windows will be an option, so we'll be able to offer that at the garage here in terms of the rear of this car. So looking at it overall, I think it'll look nice on that spec with tinted rear glass in this lifestyle, so we will be offering that as an option if you want. Right, that seat has been folded down, so again, like before, this area here looks a bit more. Here's one thing actually, if you look at that car, right, that area there is actually getting much thinner. And similarly up front, now I've left some plastic coverings on this because I want to protect it, because people are getting in and out of it the whole time. So, but that's a lot narrower. So in terms of like dirtying your clothes and all that kind of stuff, that's going to help, I think, that way. So access in and out of the car, that's going to work a bit better, I think, than it did before. Right, in terms of, as I was saying to you, that's a little bit narrower than it was. As we were saying, the car is definitely wider overall. The seat material, I'm going to have to go somewhere that's got a little bit less sun, I think, because the sun is just a bit too bright. We'll try it from this side again, it might be a bit better over here. So the material on the seat, check that out. Right, that is a much nicer material that they're starting to use on the car now. So big headrest in the back. That material along through here is quite nice and looks expensive. It actually looks nice. Armrest in through the centre with drinks holders, fold that up. There is now, somebody's using their head, thank God. There is USB connectors in the back. Like, let's face it, you know, kids want to sit in the back of the car. That's what they want. Space. Oh yeah. There's a lot more room in this car. Now that seat, whoever's been sitting in that passenger seat has put it not in a good way. So as you're saying, 12 volt there, and heating controls in through here. This just feels, it actually feels wider than the other one. The old one used to do 3 child seats. Remember, not full-size child seats. You know, there was 2 child seats and a booster. You would kind of squeeze them in, but it wasn't perfect, but it was doable. Legroom here is serious. This is a really good amount of legroom. And if you look in front, that's still absolutely loads of legroom up there as well. So it is. Kangaroo pocket in through here, kangaroo pocket over through there. Oh, nice, tweeter in through here. So speaker and a tweeter, and then this wood grain effect down through here, brushed aluminium in through here. But everything feels nice, and the door, yeah, you can tell by the way the door closes on the car. It's just, it's got that nice feel getting in and out. Thank God the sun is actually gone for a minute. Look at the access. Look at that access. Seriously. Look at it. Look how straight it is to get in and out. Like, as in, you put a child seat in there and you actually need to bend around and stretch in through there. That's really, really useful. It's one of the first things I noticed actually when I looked at the back of this car. I can't believe how wide those doors open. Everyone that's looked at it, like people that don't care about the back of the car, I've just said to them, actually look at this for a sec. Look at the way the doors open. So it really, really works very well that way. I'm going to pull this forward here for a sec. Oh, there's my phone. Better than that. Okay, I'm just going to pull the seat forward for a sec. I do apologise, anyone's watching the video, if you are frustrated by poor quality work, then this video is going to really, really wreck your head. But I'm doing the best with what I got. So, access is massive. Again, like we were saying, brushed aluminium and the nice wood grain effect, tweeters, speakers, all that kind of stuff in through there. So, but look at that material on the seat. It's really classy looking. I think they've done a brilliant job, because I remember seeing this in the States when it was launched. I wasn't there, I just saw it on like pictures on the net, and the first thing that kind of came to mind was, God, that's a really nice finish on the seat. I bet you we won't get that in Europe. But guess what we did? These have little LEDs in through here as well. I presume, right, that all the lights and all that kind of crack are still remote functioned. So if I close this in through here, I'm presuming if I lock the car, the headlights will turn off. So wing mirrors, are you going to come in from the key? Yes. Windows, are you going to open up from the key like before? Yes. Excellent. I didn't think they'd lose it. And then the headlights will be automated obviously from the key as well, so once they're left in the on position. And because they're LED, they will have high beam support as well. So actually the sun's gone in a bit now, so you can see the lights a bit better. Cool. I love that kind of stubby front end, kind of bullish looking nose. And actually look at that, you see the way there, look at that kind of, see the extra space in the width of the car overall, because that's how much wider it is. Lumbar for lower back. Again, what about that seat? Right, nice head restraint, but like, as in, look at the depth of the seat. It's quite a large seat. It reminds me of the Accord. Nice support peripherally on either side, same here. But again, nice material, nice expensive, washable, hard wearing looking material, but also lots and lots of support, and the design looks really, really nice in through there. Piano black in through here. Again, wood grain in through here, and then brushed aluminium down through here. Usual stuff like electrics for windows and mirrors and things like that as well. In through here, you can release the fuel or the bonnet. After that then, parking sensors front and rear, which you'd expect. Lane change warning, so this is not to keep you in lane, this is just to warn you if you drift out of lane. Autonomous braking, so under 32 kilometers an hour, if you don't hit the brakes and you're about to impact an object, autonomous braking is going to kick in and make sure that you don't hit something at the speed you were going to overall. After that then, I'm just learning some stuff here. Key is straightforward on this one, that's only a bit of plastic that's on it for protection. Cruise control, very like the Civic, so in through here you have your, where's it gone? Okay, I've switched on adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, and then if I press this button here, it's saying I want to stay 3, 2, 1 car length behind the car in front, and then I can press this other button here as well to say I want you to keep me between the lanes now, all controlled from this lad over here. Then the usual things like speed limiter. Speed limiter's going to be intelligent, so it'll pick up on speed signs and all that kind of stuff as well. And then after that, actually yeah, this, well, that's a bit nicer actually. On the Civic it's kind of contoured, but this is nice and flat. I don't know why they contoured it actually, because this is much more comfortable actually. It's only a small thing, but after that then controls for radio, Bluetooth, and in through here our iMid is in the centre, so it's things like, we'll say, fuel, rest breaks, maintenance, phone, trip information, average fuel usage, navigation, all that kind of stuff there. Digital rev counter in through here. There's a nice kind of snappy sound off the, oh this camera's so bad, there's a nice snappy sound off the rev counter. Probably can't hear it in through there. That actually sounds nice, there's a rasp off it, and especially with the exhaust as well. It's not loud or anything. One thing actually on these cars I can't show you on camera, extremely quiet, really quiet, like really quiet. So we drove one up in Dublin the first day they launched them. Genuinely, the first thing I noticed was, my god, that car is way quieter than before. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, well, it's like a bit of storage or whatever. Big storage. It says removable, so obviously it's removable. Moves backwards and forwards. Oh yeah, okay, USB, high powered USB. High speed USB even. HDMI. 12 volt outlet, all that kind of stuff in through there. Big drinks holders in the centre. What I am noticing here is, because there's no handbrake, large area in the centre, nice armrest for the driver. This again is elevated like it always has been. Camera's gone a bit smaller, that's one thing I do notice. However, there is a plus, and I would rather it actually. So when I saw it first I was going, why did they make the camera smaller? But then, okay, so this is telling me I've got a problem in front. But you see the way it's gone more BMW like, so it's kind of but Honda before was like front, left, right. It's more progressive is kind of what I'm saying to you. If you go backwards, in through here, in through there. So you see the way it's kind of, it's more like the way the Europeans have been doing it. So it's telling you exactly what's coming towards you. It's more accurate, that's what I'm saying, I suppose, overall. And then you have your different settings as to what way you want that. Heating controls, nice and easy to use in through here. I haven't used it yet, so climate I presume comes up through there. I'm just going to move forward out of the sun here. It's so bad, like, it just, I know I keep saying it every weekend, get a new camera, get a new camera, get a new camera, and it just really hasn't happened. Anyway, do you know what, I'm going to have a quick spin around the front of the garage, where it's probably a bit darker, so we're rubbing shoulders with all the Mercedes stuff here, and there's a Lexus, and then there is a darker area up through here where we probably won't get as much. That is much better for this camera, it'll do a lot better here. So yeah, climate in through here, handbrake here, which is pretty damn easy to use, brake hold which stops you rolling backwards, and then over there econ function, and at a traffic light obviously the start stop function. Again, more wood grain down through there. Normally if someone said to me I've got wood and brushed aluminium, I'd say yeah, that doesn't sound great, but it actually does. It does, it's a nice interior. Okay, after that then, right, what else have we got? So this is Honda Connect, which is the kind of second generation Honda Connect. So navigation's up through there, which is Garmin. After that then you also have, and these are a little bit easier, these are consistent menus along through there, so like consistent shortcuts. Because one thing I used to find this, you'd go into one menu and then you'd end up somewhere else and you're going, oh my god, I need to go back, and you'd end up here and you'd have to go backwards into home and then go back. So you could say, right, back to home, now bring me to audio, whereas now we can just hit audio. So these shortcuts, they're hard, they never disappear, they're always there no matter what screen is on. So somebody's using their head there, in fairness, well done. A volume button, an actual volume button, because genuinely whoever designed a lot of this stuff, they don't realise when you're driving along and you go to use the volume, your hand's moving around, you cannot keep your hand, whereas you can with that. Like, such a simple thing. Someone's decided, yes, they want the nice advanced look, but just some things actually work, they just do. Right, after that then, headlights, like we said, are automated, they're auto dip, they basically come on themselves and then they dip when they meet traffic, and then after that they will, if you go into an unlit area, they will go back into full all by themselves. The wipers, I'm just trying to get back out of here because it's a bit jam-packed here today for some reason. The wipers basically are also automated as well, so they will come on themselves. After that, right, I'm sure I'm missing some stuff. Oh yeah, that's darkening itself. When someone drives up behind you, the rear view mirror can darken itself, which is quite useful. And up over here, I'm just going to get back into this backyard here where it's a little bit darker, not brilliant, but this over here, you got that SOS function now as well. So basically if you have an accident, it's sending information to the emergency services to send someone out to you, unless you decide to cancel it. These are all LED, which is nice and upmarket. Ah, cool. Conversation mirror still there. So sunroof intruder, or sort of sunglasses in here. Conversation mirror. So basically, someone drives up behind you, it darkens itself, and then you know what the kids are at or whoever's in the back of the car. It's all through there as well. I think, look, that is kind of it. There's probably more I've missed, but this is kind of the first time I've had a good route around the car. It's class. This is absolutely fabulous. So if you are looking for a Honda CRV and you're familiar with the Honda CRV, great, good news. Here's the new one. Just trying to get this camera to refocus as to where it should be. So the new one is out. Come have a look at it. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's really well spec'd, and it's gone kind of upmarket, and prices really haven't moved that much. Like, genuinely, if you have a look at the pricing of what the old one was, and I'll tell you what the old pricing was in comparison, it's not terribly dissimilar for what you're getting. There's a lot going on with that car in terms of specification and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I genuinely think the angle on this here is, if you want something that's a bit of fun, you want an SUV, but you want something that looks upmarket, it's nice and is rare. I mean, some SUVs, they're just absolutely everywhere. So it's nice if you live in a housing estate, or no matter where you live, it's nice to come out and actually have a car where you're going, okay, not absolutely everybody in the estate has one. So that car can do that for you, but it can do 170 horsepower, it's petrol, it's VTEC turbo, it's great fun to drive, and it's still an SUV, and it still looks nice, and it's high off the ground, and it's going to be reliable, and it'll hold value well. And I'm going to stop talking now, but it's a really good car. So 086 843 1945, Brian is my name. If you want information on the new Honda CRV, this is 1.5 two-wheel drive, and this is what's called a lifestyle model, which is the middle of the road specification. If you want information on your own trade, then please do not hesitate to give me a shout. If you want information on financing, do not hesitate to give me a shout. Hopefully this car is of interest. If there's anything I've missed and something you want to know on video, just let me know and I'll send it on to you. Thank you again for your time. Sorry about the video being so kind of all over the shop, and if you've managed to watch the whole lot of it, I really appreciate your time, and hopefully we will see you soon.